All right, we are live.
Live. We were
Yes,
completely
we
in stereo
are.
on that.
Huh?
We were completely in stereo on that.
Yeah. Yes, we were. All right, let's see here. Yep. All right. Oops. Let me see there.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the chat or not, but
Yeah,
welcome to everybody who's dropping in.
I usually, what do you call it? You know, prop it up for you to see. So that should not be a problem at all. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to let them know that we're live. I'm going to let our group chat know that we're live.
Okay.
Start. Boom. There's Redbird 491.
Hey, Robin,
He
how are
showed
you?
up. Robin's probably at work. Probably can't talk much. Unless you're at home, Robin, I can send you a link. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Anyways, we were already talking earlier about a little bit about guns, and you had asked maybe Robin would know.
Oh, Robin might.
Yeah, actually, she more than likely will know. Robin, go ahead, ask Johnny.
Um, okay, so Robin, question to you. Um, SIG P320 versus Beretta Model 92. What is your preference and why?
Did you get that, Robin? Hey, Kaylin.
Hey, Kaylin.
I don't know if she's going to be able to answer us since she's working.
Yeah,
So the
I
question is P320 versus a Beretta what? 9, right?
yeah, a Beretta Model 92.
Beretta Model 92. I wonder. Well, we got 6 on, so hopefully somebody will answer soon.
Well, and if not, we
Well,
can pose the same question
here
to.
is your answer. I have them both.
Okay, Robin, which one do you like better and why?
Yeah, which one do you like better and why, Robin? If you can answer. Kaylin, you ready for camp? I am packed and ready to go. We're just waiting on answers. While we're waiting on answers, we got Brenda, we got Redbird 491, we got Kaylin Strain. It says we have 8 people, but I am okay. She says, "Well, this is a tough one. I love my Beretta and I love my P320." So she does not have a preference. It looks like she loves them both.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a fair answer. I mean, that's more than a
yeah.
fair answer.
My answer to Johnny was I have not had any experience with a Beretta, so I don't know. We are a SIG family, so um, that's what we use is SIGs. Hey, CR is back. How are you, CR? Thank you for
CR,
joining
what's
us.
up, brother?
Yeah. Hey, we have Ron T. Sawyer. Welcome, Fatwood family over there. Ron T. Sawyer, if you guys don't know him, I wish YouTube hadn't stopped where when you click on each other's names, you can help each other out. But if you guys don't know Ron T. Sawyer, please go check out his channel somehow. Um, he does a lot of Fatwood Friday fires, and he does a lot of good for other people in the community. He always gives them shout outs, did a couple giveaways for other people. So Ron T. Sawyer, guys, remember that name. Um,
Ron's got an awesome channel.
CR. Has been my fundraising buddy. I Man, when I need a fundraising buddy, he comes on, he dances for me and everything else. That is CR for you guys. Always giving, always great. Um, Jay and the Sticks is in the house.
Oh,
Um,
Dan the Sticks, he's a cool guy.
yeah, he sure is an absolutely cool guy. He made me a knife that is so awesome. Um,
Yeah,
we'll
that's an
have to,
awesome knife. I watched that
yeah,
video.
I gave him somewhat of a design and he ran with it and he did fantastic. But let's go back to Robin's answer here. My P320 is in 45 ACP and the 92 is in 9 mil. Have been in the Army. I really love the Beretta. So,
Okay.
um, hmm. So why the Beretta? Because you were in the Army. Is it because it's easier to carry? Um, I mean, there's got to be something, right? So, anyways, um, I don't shoot a 45. It's a little bit too powerful for my wrist. I have smaller, weaker wrists, so I do not use a 40. 40s kick like a mother to me. So
Yeah, yeah, a
yeah,
40 will
so
kick like a
I
mule.
very, very rarely prep for it. Welcome, my friend.
Prep
If
for
you
it.
guys didn't know prep for it, he doesn't really do a lot of videos or anything. He's just a great supporter. So thank you for coming on prep for it. But hey, guys, by the title, did you guys see that I am doing an unboxing? My unboxing is from Johnny at Prepping Life. So, um, before we do the unboxing, okay, before we do the unboxing, Johnny, we're going to start off with our tradition. Tell people who you are and what your channel is about.
Okay, so my name's Johnny. My channel name is Prepping Life, and I basically do videos geared towards what and why I prep. Hey, Chuck, good to see you, buddy. Um, so I do a video every Wednesday, or I publish a video every Wednesday called What's Prepping Wednesdays. And I basically try to keep it geared towards something prepping related, or why I prep, or how I prep, or what kind of things I prepare for. Like, I'm getting ready to do a video. I recently acquired some food grade, I believe they're 3.5 gallon buckets that are rectangular, so they're very modular. They stack very well, and I'm going to start putting my own food buckets together, because the buckets I got are food grade. And I'm going to, instead of like the buckets that you buy off of websites, that have, say, 3 to 5 days worth of food out of them, I'm going to put what I want to put in them and just rotate them out every so often. Because obviously, even if it's a non-perishable thing, I mean, even if I like pack them full of Mountain House, eventually those things do go bad. And so I'm going to write dates on them and the contents on the lids. So that way I can kind of rotate things out.
CR says that's awesome to hear, Johnny. And you know what? I agree with you. But so when we first started prepping, we went ahead and got those wise foods, right? And you heard the bashing that wise foods got last week from just in time prepping information and Uncle Al. Yeah, right. They really man, they really downed it. But Brenda and I have not found anything wrong with them. You know, they're bigger meals, but so far they're bigger meals, and we haven't had any problems. But I do like your idea. But
Well,
here's what I suggest you get. I suggest you get a dehydrator of some sort. You know what I mean? That's
absolutely.
and then secondly, I suggest you get a sealer, bags, airtight sealer.
Yes.
We just
I'm
got one
working
for
on that also.
yeah, we actually just got one for $59 or something like that, right, babe? Anyways, if you guys don't know, she's sitting right over there.
Yeah, we love it.
And so, our freezer meats don't get burnt anymore. And also, Now we can dehydrate, seal, pack away. Because those bags are much thicker than, say, a Ziploc bag. You know what I mean?
Well, and the reason I want to go the customizable route is because that way, if stuff does hit the fan, like it did when we had the derecho last summer,
Mm-hmm.
that way we're not changing our diet enough to affect our like digestive system.
Right,
So that way
right.
we'll still be eating foods that our bodies are used to consuming. So that's my reasoning. I mean, I'm not trying to dog wise or any of those. I have zero experience with them, but that's my reasoning behind wanting to go with, just customizing my own. So that way, again, our diet's
Absolutely.
not really changing.
And the price. The price, right? If you
Oh,
could just
yeah.
dehydrate, like, so I've dehydrated chili, spaghetti, beef stew. Um, it's, it's, you know what I mean? Stuff that we've eaten that, but since it's just the two of us, you know what I mean? We have lots of leftovers. So,
Well,
hey, Ron T. Sawyer, what kind of sealer do you have? We have a, what, honey? She'll think of it. And hey, who's your archer? All the way. Hi, it's been a long time. Welcome to our live stream. And then Kaylin says, I have some of the newer Ys, including their camping food, which is made similar to Mountain House and Backpackers Pantry. That is awesome. But the only thing I don't like about Mountain House and Backpackers and all those other stuff, they put a ton of salt in their
yeah,
stuff.
sodium for days.
Yeah, and Brenda and I don't eat salt. When we do eat too much, her eyelids swell up, our feet, our hands swell up. You know what I mean?
Well, I
So,
have to be careful with it because of my blood pressure, so I have to be super careful with salt.
yeah, right. So, yeah, absolutely. And then Plano Chuck says, remember freeze dried beans, peas, and rice for 3 days before storing. Huh? Oh, put it in the freezer. Put beans, peas, rice in the freezer for 3 days to kill larvae. Yes.
Oh, that's
I
super
am.
smart. I didn't even think about
And
that.
you know what else, Chuck? I put my flour in there. I put my flour in the freezer because flour gets that whatever weevil thing. You know what I mean? Let's see. She uses a flat iron to seal her mylar bags, plus have a food saver. That is awesome that you can do that. Luckily, our food sealer comes with a, what do you call those things that pull out the air?
Like a vacuum or
Yes, a vacuum. It comes with a vacuum sealer. That's what it is. Yep, yep.
yeah.
Oh, who's your archer? I hope you feel better. I hope you didn't get the crud, man. I hope you didn't get the crud. Oh, okay. So Ron has the same one as ours, honey. The Food Saver brand. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
just
you,
want.
that's right, Kaylin. So Johnny's got high blood pressure and celiac disease, so you got to watch for the gluten.
Yeah, gluten
Absolutely.
does bad things to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Whenever I am backpacking in, when we are going far, well, when I was in Kansas, we hiked in, I think close to 3 miles to our spot, but it was you know what I mean? One of those 3 miles and long took us a few hours. When you're lugging food in, you know that it's heavy. And
uh,
then you got to remember you don't have refrigeration because we were there for 4 days, 5 days, something like that. So you got to make sure your food is safe and stuff like that. So that's what we did. I took beef stew, and Lee Roth met us out there, and man, we had an awesome time.
man,
Um,
I'd love to hang out with Lee again.
Yep.
Such a great guy.
Oh, Kaylin, hey, even if it's little, you do it a little bit at a time. That's fine. As long as after you freeze it, get it into something airtight, and your flour should last for years and years. But here's what I want to know. Spices. Who stores spices out there?
I have a lot of spices on hand, but I don't necessarily store them.
Right? Because I'm going to tell you, food, no matter how much food you have, if it doesn't taste good, it doesn't taste good and you're not happy, right? You may be satisfied hunger-wise, but you're not happy. And me, I want to be happy. You've seen some of the food I cook. There you go. Prep for it. Store spices. Tell me what kind of spices you store though. I mean, there are certain people that
I mean, that's actually an idea that I hadn't thought about. So if personally, if I were going to store spices, and I should probably get into that. Obviously, I want a little bit of salt because salt's a necessity. But I would store things probably like chili powder, paprika, chili powder, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But I like spicy food.
Yep. So Hoosier Archer, I am sorry about your immune system, and I hope you get better. But he also makes this comment that we have to store spices whole, not ground.
Oh.
Why? Why? Can you elaborate on that, Hoosier Archer? And Kaylin does. Oh, Chuck. I hope you won't get too many bad side effects from that. I've known people that just get so sick on that second shot.
Yeah,
so,
everybody that I talked to that got the second shot got sick AF.
Oh, prep for it says whole ginger dried lasts longer than powdered ginger. Make sure you have a manual grinder. Well, that is oxidization, is what they said. That is very. I have a ton of fresh ginger, and I'm so afraid it's going to go bad. I never right? I never thought about dehydrating ginger. Well, heck, we're learning something, right, Johnny?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the education on that, Hoosier Archer.
Yep, and prep for it. Yeah. So, what else do you suggest people store, Johnny?
I want to have one bucket that's specifically dedicated to things like flour, rice, beans, basically your dried goods that you will use to make other meals as opposed to like pre-prepared meals.
Okay. See, my reasoning for making meals is that I only have to open that one bag compared to opening this bag for this, opening that bag for that, and then they're all open. Does that make sense? But some people, hey.
When I talk about storing things like beans and flour and rice and stuff like that, I want to do it, and I want to get one of those food sealer things with the Mylar bags, but I want to do them in like reasonable portions. So instead of like trying to store like a 5-pound bag of flour,
right,
I want to store like a cup at a time.
Oh,
because that's a reasonable cooking portion. If you want to make something gravy with the flour or something like that. So I want to break it down into much smaller packages and just label what that package is. This one's flour, this one's rice, this one's beans, this one's this kind of beans, because I'm a big fan of black beans. Nancy hates black beans, things like that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm putting a lot of thought into this.
See, I am one that always wants. See, I'm not much of a rice person, which is easy to store, right? Of course, I wouldn't like that. I don't like beans. Now I do put beans in my chili only because it's a filler, you know. But keep your chili whole and make your own chili powder with them. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's
Chilies
smart
as in
too.
the peppers. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that way you
So,
can pick which kind of chili you want, I guess.
right. Oh. So we can dehydrate green onions, garlic, ginger. See, I never even think about stuff like that. I get
I
so
didn't
much
either.
garlic, so much ginger, and then we're like, oh man, it's starting to go bad. Figure out 100 ways to make it, or else we're gonna throw it away. You know. So yeah, man, that is really great information for us. Both of us never thought of it. So
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That is smart.
yeah. Now water. A lot of people store water. Um, I hope to just have a bunch of water filters and
I
fine
have,
water.
yeah, I have. Well, between Nancy Kiddo and I, we have 3 Sawyer minis, and
Uh huh.
I have a 3 gallon jug that we keep uh, full of water. Actually, I had it with me the very first time we met, Tack. A 3 gallon jug because I figured 1 gallon per person per day. So that
Right.
3 gallons
Right.
was for me, but it'll be enough that, if we need a drink of water, we can have it. Because most disaster situations you're thinking about are typically 3 to 5 days. So you could make 3 gallons between 3 people, stretch for a couple of days if you needed to. At least,
Awesome.
or that's my opinion anyway. I don't feel like I need an entire closet full of stored water. I don't feel like I need 6 months worth of water stored because that to me that's just kind of unrealistic.
Awesome. All right. So yes, Chuck, dehydrated potatoes. I use dehydrated potatoes a lot so that I have my beef stew. I love beef stew. So, and who's your archer? I think that is actually one of Brenda's most favorite things is dehydrated pineapple.
Dehydrated
Actually, both of
pineapple is
them.
awesome, and I don't even like sweets.
All right, Drive Shaft Drew all the way from Canada. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, Kaylin, I'm sorry. I'm not a Kinwall fan. That Kinwall, whatever. Kinwall. Yeah, Quinwall. I'm just gonna shut up now.
I don't even know what
Anyways,
that is.
it's like a grain of some sort, I think. Anyways, okay, 550-gallon for rain catching. Yeah, see, I don't think we need to store as much water as people think. You know, I mean, there, Hoosier Archer is only a half mile from the Ohio River. We have tons of creeks and everything by us too. So we have, well, actually, we have a Sawyer mini that you gave us. We have one that Lee Ralph gave us. And then I have my Catadine. My Catadine filters one, no, how many gallons, honey? One and a,
10.
no, that's a 10 liter. Whatever 10 liters is. Isn't that a gallon and a half? 10 liters.
Right.
I thought you got a big one.
That is the big one, 10 liters. But anyways, when we were in South Dakota, me, Kara, Corey, and Brenda just used the Catadine straight out of the lake. It was awesome. We just let it filter. We'd get a gallon in an hour.
Pretty
It's a
impressive.
yeah. So it's a some kind of, oh, it was Hoosier Archer that gave me the Sawyer. That's right. Absolutely. That's who it gave me this the yeah. Um
Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about the Sawyers is they don't filter out chemicals. They
well,
will
you
get
know
rid
what,
of
you're
the
not gonna find a lot that filters out chemicals. I don't think you'll find much.
There are a few out there actually. They're a little on the spendy side, but they do
Yeah.
exist.
My Catadine does, but I'm gonna tell you, it costs almost $200. You know what I
Yeah, they're
mean?
not cheap. They're
Yeah,
not cheap.
yeah. So and then what do I have to do? I have to replace the filter every year. That's, because like the Sawyer Mini says, what it says, 100,000 gallons or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. But the Catadine only does 100 gallons. Then you got to replace it.
Oh, wow.
100 because of the chemicals,
Sure. My concern with filtering out chemicals is because, well, we both live in Iowa, and so most of it's farm country, and farmers put chemicals on their crops. I mean, it's just how it is.
Awesome. Yes, Kaylin, my Catadine is going to be fed. Yeah, very true. I mean, it's the manures, the fertilizer. It's just horrible.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not knocking farmers because farmers help feed me, but
yeah,
it's the chemicals that concern me almost even more than like if there's a cow pooping upstream.
Yeah. Well, Chuck, that is awesome. I personally don't buy a lot of bottled water because we actually have a filtration system. So we just fill water and rotate it that way. So we have what are those? What do they call those? Blue jugs again, honey? I don't know. But anyways, we just filter that going through. Hey, hello, Vicinity Adventure, all the way from Vancouver. Welcome to our live stream. This is your first time here, so there we go. Kaylin? Go ahead, Johnny.
On the note of bottled water, I tend to keep a case of bottled water in the back of each of my vehicles, for just in case, whether I need it for drinking or to put in a radiator because the vehicle's overheating or whatever. I tend to keep a 24-pack of bottled water in the back of all of my vehicles.
Make a distillery for water. All that comes out the other side is still water. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's true. However, the problem with distilled water is it doesn't have any electrolytes in it anymore. So you can survive on it for a time, but over a long term, it can actually be pretty detrimental to you because it doesn't have any electrolytes in it after you distill it.
But can you get electrolytes from the food you're eating?
Yes.
Okay. So it will still hydrate you.
It'll still hydrate, but it doesn't. Basically, what electrolytes do is help your body retain water. So if you're going to drink distilled water as a means of hydrating, you also need to eat stuff with a little bit of salt content to it, because that will help your body retain the moisture.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So I'm sorry, we got to keep going with the chat here. That is awesome that you have a spring. Actually, awesome. I do know of only one spring, and CR talks about a solar option for distilling if need.
Like a solar still thing. I've actually used those.
Water from a dehumidifier. So my dehumidifier looks really gross when the water goes in it. I don't know. Okay. ZZ Outdoors. Wow, welcome. And he says he agrees with Johnny. No distilled water for drinking. Johnny is correct. All right.
That is. See you in the chat, brother.
Yeah, that is cool. So let's see what Prep 4 has to say. I dry slices of tomato. You can reconstitute them in water and make mash with hot water and make salsa, ketchup. Man, yes, tomatoes are so freaking awesome. I think they're one of the better preps. You can get your sodium from tomatoes. You can get your sugar from tomatoes.
Yes.
Tomatoes are just awesome. On the other hand, my wife over here is not a huge tomato fan unless it's fresh and all that.
I do like your salsa.
She does like my salsa, she says. So if you make coffee with distilled water, You will not believe how much better it is. Oh, okay. I do
I'm game
have,
for trying.
yeah, me too. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be trying. I think we're going to be making something that Plano Chuck mentioned. Willie and I are going to try it. What was that called, Chuck? Anyways, we're going to try that. Now I'm going to have to try and make coffee with distilled water. I'm going to have to
Yeah,
try it.
I'm going to give that a go.
Yeah. I'm going to have to try that. But, Chuck, remind us, what was the thing that we were going to make that you told us to make? Gosh, what was it? It sounded
Tomato
really good.
salad. That's interesting, Chuck.
Space Mars. That's it. Space Mars. Willie and I are gonna make that in 2 weeks, Chuck. And we're gonna do that, and we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna mention you in that. Space Mars. That's it. So yeah. Hey Kyle, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Um, Kyle, you missed the gun question. Go ahead, ask that question again, Johnny.
Okay, so my question about guns was SIG P320 versus Beretta Model 92. Which do you prefer and why?
There you go. Which do you prefer and why? Now, the only person that had the answer for us earlier was Robin over at Redbird 491. She likes them both, but she likes her Beretta 92 because she was in the Army. It was easier to carry out in the open then, where here in Iowa you have to have concealed carry. So, that was that. So, Kyle, if you know the answer to that question, oh, Hoosier Archer says the SIG is more ergonomic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
that's
answer.
a fair assessment. Yep. And like I told you,
they are very user friendly. I just don't have any experience with a Beretta, and that's why I'm asking the question.
I'm going to tell you what I really like. And a lot of people are going back and forth for the price. I don't know, but the CZ series, oh my goodness. So most barrels come up like that, and the CC stays straight, no recoil. It's awesome. Anyways, Kyle says not a lot of experience with a SIG, but Beretta is nice. Caitlin says she doesn't know one from the other.
Well, Kaylin, they are completely different animals. I mean, they might shoot the same caliber, but they're different animals. I obviously like SIG because, well, Tacky, you shot my SIG 320 air gun, which is cool on a number of reasons. Number one, you said that it was different because obviously the weight of the magazine is completely different.
Right.
And also you didn't like how the trigger didn't index. You have to do the full trigger pull every time. But it's very user friendly.
Yes, it is very user friendly. I am just, once you get something that you like, you always see fault in something else, right? Because you have, So you have yours, and you know how to use it well, and you're well versed in how to use your gun and stuff like that. So of course, you may prefer yours a little bit better. I have just always used mine. So, Hoosier Archer says it's the Marine in him that hates the Beretta. ZZ, and thank you for your service there, Hoosier Archer. CZ says good old Smith & Wesson 38 for him.
Yep. Not a bad choice.
Nope. I mean, we all have preferences in firearms. We all have preferences, even in knives, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because there are some people, you like the bigger knives because you do a lot more with your knife. You chop wood, you split wood, you cut. I mean, that's what you do with your knives.
Yeah, you know I like me a big knife. I also love the Mora that you sent me.
Oh, God.
I love this knife. I do. I used it to help make dinner tonight.
And don't forget that it's carbon steel. Make sure it's really dry and make sure you oil it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
But where I am, I love smaller knives because I use it for skinning, for just doing little stuff. So, anyways,
I'm going to end up
Taylor.
using this one for a lot of like feather sticking and stuff like that
Oh
because of
yeah,
the Scandi grind. Because
yeah,
Scandi grind is the way to go for doing feather sticks.
yep. So Kaylin says she cannot aim worth of crap. Hoosier Archer says Walther. He's a Walther fan, but he does like Sig a lot. And then of course we have plain old Chuck with his Ruger, which is a very nice pistol he does
Yeah,
have.
absolutely.
And then ZZ says he has his dad's 1971. Very
Nice.
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I it all I think it is all preference because none of our hands are made the same. None of our wrists. You know what I mean? Even our eyes, right? So certain guns have certain sights. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what it is.
Well, and I've been told that, so like, let's say that I zero a rifle in at a certain distance. If I were to hand you the same rifle, it might be not correct as far as maybe the way you hold it or whatever. It might not be zeroed the same way that I have it zeroed. What works for me might not work for you. And I don't know if that's true or not, but
Mm, so if you sight in a scope, it should work for everyone the same, except for if we have different stigmatisms, right? So then we could be seeing the hairs a little bit off.
okay.
Does that make sense? But holding the gun and all that stuff should not make a difference.
Well, and like my hunting rifle, obviously all I own is air guns. But my hunting rifle is a spring gun, and you have to hold it exactly the same way every single shot, because if you don't, you will be off target.
Huh? Did you try? Did you try seeing if your scope is loose? Because
No,
if your scope is right, it should not ever change.
well, the reason with a spring gun is because a spring gun recoils in two directions. It goes back, obviously, but then it wants to go forward again also. So that's why you have to hold the gun the exact same way every single shot.
Hmm.
So I
I
have like,
understand that, but in a way, I understand that. But to me, if you're sighted in right, that forward action should not make a difference. I really
I'll,
suggest you check your scope. It may have jarred loose because of that backward forward.
I'll tell you what. Next time we are actually able to get together, I'll bring my spring gun with me,
Okay.
and I will have you hold it a couple of different ways to explain what I'm trying to convey through the video.
All right. Sounds good. All right. We do have another guest that just showed up. We have hello, Miss Donna. How are you? From Dream Creations and Adventures. Welcome. Welcome.
Hey, Dream Creations, good to see you.
Yep. I guess Ron T calls her Smiley. Donna, welcome. And so, hello, Legend and Chuck. So, all right. Right here. My eyes do the polka in my head, so focusing at a distance is hard. I agree with you. And that's what I'm trying to say is that most guns, if you sight them in right, it should always be right. The person that's shooting your gun is usually at the error. So I see what you're saying. You have to hold it exactly the same. But I seriously believe once it fires out, that's your backward action. Your forward action shouldn't make a difference. I'm going to research that.
Well, the thing is with a Springer gun, with a Springer air gun, the forward action actually happens as it happens so fast that the forward action actually happens as the pellet is still in the barrel.
I got you. There you go. Thanks for explaining that, Hoosier Archer. So spring guns have reverse coils, so the way you hold the gun does change the vibration that alters the direction. Okay,
Yes,
got it.
So like on my hunting rifle that you've seen, Tack, I don't think you've ever shot it, but you have seen it. There's a couple of places like on the stock that it's muscle memory that I know that's where my thumb needs to be. And
Yep.
I know this needs to be, and I know where the pad of my finger needs to be on the trigger. And because of knowing that and the muscle memory, it goes where I want it every time. But if somebody else were to pick it up, it might be off zero.
Right. Aircraft One, I 100% agree with you. There are a lot of people out there that do groupings, right? Like this big at 200 yards. Well, here in Des Moines, I can't see 200 yards.
Right.
I have
I'm in
25
Cedar Rapids,
yards.
I can't see 200 yards either.
25 yards around me. So as long as I get my gun out there, and as long as I get to pull the trigger, I think I would be okay. So, chubby cheeks, flip your view. Maybe. Oh, me? Are you talking about me? Oh, I don't know. Chubby cheeks. Okay.
Well, and my air gun hunting rifle, chambered in 22, is 0 to 30 yards, but Tack's seen me put lead on target at almost 100.
Yeah. That's right, Kaylin. You had a hard time with Mr. Rogers, but Mr. Rogers was not completely sighted in 100% when you shot it. But hey, you held that gun for a long time. And ARs, they're not all light. They're not light. So you did a really great job shooting that. And so, okay. Chuck's talking about himself. Chuck, you're hilarious. According to my friends, I am a freakingly good shot. Well, that's awesome, Hoosier Archer. I, unfortunately, am a very poor shot. I'm going to let people know now. If it was not for a scope, I probably would never hit anything.
Talking about scopes, I remember when I was a kid, obviously going hunting, growing up in Montana, you always have a sidearm with you when you're hunting bigger game. And one of my older brothers, his sidearm was a 44 Magnum that he actually put a scope on.
Well, we can hunt with that here.
44, it's a hand cannon.
Yeah. That's what I got my doe with last year.
Really?
Yeah.
With
not
a
not the
handgun?
pistol, the rifle.
Okay, yeah, he had a 44
Magnum round.
Yeah, my older brother, he had a 44 Magnum sidearm revolver. It was a Super Blackhawk, I think, with rubberized grips. I shot it one time. I have no desire to ever shoot a handgun that large ever again.
Yeah. All right, so you know what? We almost forgot, and it's already going on 43 minutes. So I received a package today from Johnny. My co-host right there, Johnny.
There's some cool stuff in that box.
So,
I actually used some of the same packing materials in the package I got from you. Recycling at its best.
All right, ZZ, thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. So,
hey, thanks for stopping by, brother.
Yeah, so show and time tell. That's right, CR. Okay, so if you guys are reading the ticker down there, right, it does say, so I should start right here, the ticker going down. Jeremiah's camp is coming up. And so So Johnny has graciously sent me a box of stuff to help out with some of the money being raised. Who's your archer? That's hilarious. And there you go. Plano Chucks loves his Super Blackhawk. Anyways, so if you guys would like any of these items to help out Jeremiah's family, I will hold it up and we'll do like a little bit of a bidding thing. We will have to do a GoFundMe to shoot you. Okay. But anyway, so the ticker's talking about right there, stevebroms@gmail.com. Okay. Anyways, Johnny, I'm gonna do single screen, and then you tell them what it is and what we should maybe start the bidding at, or
Okay.
if it's part of the or not. You let me know. Is the paracord?
Paracord is your decision because the 550 cord, because 550 cord is awesome.
Right.
You can keep that for your guys' selves, or it didn't cost me a lot. So whatever you think is fair for however long that hank of paracord is.
So it's 50 feet of ammo paracord, 550 cord. So if anybody would like this, it'll only cost you $5. Okay. He also has this awesome item right here. You want to tell them a little bit about this?
Okay, so that power bank is a Haas. It's 12,000 milliamp hours, and it has a solar panel. I actually did a review on it. It has a light on it, as Thack's showing you there. So to give you just a kind of brief thing on it, the solar panel will charge it from completely dead in a south-facing window in about a week. The solar panel is really honestly more of a maintainer to keep it topped off all the time. I've been on 4-day camping trips filming the whole thing, and it kept my cameras charged perfectly well the entire time. It's a good power bank. I ordered it from a company called Bud K. I believe I spent about $45 on it. The reason that I'm donating it is, number one, because it's a great power bank, and number two, because I upgraded to a much larger one.
All right. And what would you like to start this one at?
Minimum $25 because
minimum $25 for that one. All right. Now you also have
$25 a heck of a deal.
So you have 2 Altoid tins in this case.
Yes, I actually got that from Haggard Outdoors. The kits are meant to complement each other. It's a really nice fishing kit. There's hooks, there's line, there's sinkers, there's all kinds of stuff in there. And the 2 are meant to complement each other.
All right.
Yeah, really good stuff. Thack, whatever you think on that as far as the bidding goes. I'll
just let everybody do an open bid on it. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
All right. We also have
the first aid kit. Obviously, it's a Walmart brand. It is complete. It's never been used. Everybody needs a good first aid kit, so I thought I'd throw that in the mix. I'd like to maybe start the bidding out at like $5-10, maybe $5. I don't know. See where it goes.
Yep.
And again, this is all to help Jeremiah's family out.
Absolutely. And then we have birch bark and fat wood.
Okay, so the fat wood bag also has some Maya dust in the bottom.
Awesome.
I believe that I got that from Survivor Metal Man, who I believe got it from Shalisa Shell.
Oh, cool.
The fat wood and Maya dust. So it's been around the YouTube circuit. And
There we
then
go.
the birch bark I got from Corey Survival, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. So that's actually birch bark from South Dakota.
Okay.
I actually intended the fatwood and the birch bark for you and Brenda to enjoy.
Okay, we'll keep that then. And then last but not least, we have, wow.
Yeah, that's actually a really nice tire pressure gauge. I know a lot of us like to travel. A lot of us like to maintain our vehicles. It's oil filled, so super accurate. It was a gift to me, so I don't know. Let's start the bidding off on that at like $10.
Sounds good to me. All right. So if you guys didn't see everything, hey, look, he sent me a dime, a nickel. I made a nickel.
Well, and did you read the note that I sent in the box?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's why the nickel. It's just a superstition that I have. You gave me a knife, I have to give you a silver colored coin.
All right. Fantastic. So if you guys didn't get that, well, let's see here. CR said, Hoosier Archer says $15 for the fishing tin. So
That's super generous. I
yeah,
think.
for both of them. That's awesome. So, anyways, email Steve Brahms. It's scrolling across there. Right there. Contact Willie at stevebrahms.com. Right there. It's going by with your bids for each item. And you know what? I will help him send them out to you guys. I know it is coming up in 2 weeks for March 26th through 28th. We will be having our second annual Jeremiah Country Prepper Memorial Camp Out for anybody that would like to come. Now here is my own special announcement, folks. This coming November, and I forgot which November it was. November, hold on here. November, is it? 13th. So it's November 12th, 13th, and 14th. Okay, guys? November 12th, 13th, and 14th is going to be my 5th annual Veterans Day camp out. This one, since it is a 5th annual, I already have sponsors that are actually giving something away to every veteran that comes out. I am also giving away a gun to a lucky veteran, because there will be a shooting competition, and the shooting will be with the gun itself. So I'm just saying, this will be a great camp out. I hope you all can make it. More people can make it. But right now we are focusing on the Jeremiah Country Prepper Memorial Camp, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. All right. Oh, and I almost forgot. Miss Kaylin Strain makes Ranger beads that last year quite a few people did buy a few from her. She still has more for sale. I forgot what the price was. Kaylin, can you pop up the price so that people know? Now, if you guys did, now Johnny had really planned on coming out to this camp, but cannot make it. He is having a little memorial camp of his own, just a little one. But maybe if somebody lives out there in eastern Iowa, western Illinois area, would like to come see him, I'm pretty sure he'd love it. Right, Johnny?
Yeah. I'd have to look at a calendar, but I believe it's going to be that Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be showing up at the camp. It's just kind of right behind the Lynn County, Iowa Fairgrounds. Small little hunting area. The campgrounds are massive. It is first come, first serve. You can't make reservations, but a single campsite is easily you could fit 5 or 6 tents there. So y'all are welcome to come hang out, stop, have an adult beverage or not. Maybe do some fishing if you have an Iowa fishing license, things like that, because it is right on the river. There are also a lot of people bring their horses out there to go riding on the trails. There's a lot of hiking trails, horse trails, things like that. Beautiful area. Jeremiah would have really enjoyed it. My only regret is he never got to come out there with me.
Yep. So if anybody wants to, check out Johnny's channel, his about page. You have stuff, right?
Yeah.
Your email.
And again, I do a video. I don't know. Not a good answer. I need to add that.
Is it Johnny.Bodine?
It's all one word. No, it's just johnnybodine@gmail.com.
There you guys go. Give him a shout if you guys would like to hang out with him. I wish I could come out, but I just started the new job, so I have absolutely no time off except for the Memorial Camp, because I told them ahead of time before I started the new job I needed that weekend off. And I got
I'm really hoping to be out there. And again, I believe it's a Thursday and Friday. I'm hoping to be out there about noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 2 or 3, but early in the afternoon. And then I'll probably be packing up on Friday. I don't know, probably around noon o'clock. It's going to be a good time whether anybody shows up or not. I just want to go spend some time outdoors and remember my friend.
Awesome. And I hope you video, because we haven't seen you do a video of you going out in a long time. What I really would love to see again is some of your urban survival, urban prepping, all that. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's on the way. I promise. That is on the way.
And I'm not downing you in any way. I love your Jeepra videos and stuff like that. I personally really thought your urban prepping, your urban survival was so educational and so interesting. That's because I don't know crap about cars. You know what I mean? Sure. I don't know crap about cars. So when I first started watching you and seeing all those urban stuff, I just thought that is awesome.
Well, urban survival is where I shine. That's my forte. It really is. I mean, urban survival and stealth camping is really where I shine at, because that's my skill set.
All right, Ron T. Sawyer, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, brother.
Like I said, if you guys like Fatwood, you guys like fires, check out Ron T. Sawyer. Right here. See, and so here's another one. So there are things that each of us pulled from your channel before that I would really love to see again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Especially now you're prepping life. Now that you're prepping life, I would love to see that. I would love to see once you start making your buckets. I would love to see once you start dehydrating. You know what I mean? I think that was your specialty.
Right. Well,
and that's what I would hope to see again.
Well, and thank you for that, CR. I appreciate that. Something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while is, and when I say quite a while, I mean a few years, is that I want to do a scenario where I'm trying to get home from, say, like my job or someplace like that. Vehicle doesn't work, grid's down, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to stay hidden and just follow a path that I know to get from where I am to get back to my apartment without being seen. I'm really, really good at stuff like that. I know how to, it's almost like hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes the most direct route is not always the fastest route.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, I just wish I saw those things more from you again. I just think your channel would explode, and it would offer everybody a wider base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes complete sense to me.
Yeah. Because if you go on to you, well, we are kind of on YouTube, but if you go on to YouTube, it's just search urban prepping. I mean, millions come up,
Yeah,
but not urban prepping. If you prepping comes up, you don't see a lot about urban preppers, right? Because everybody thinks I just go to the woods. Well, what with the other 5 million
just
people?
go into the yeah. Then everybody's going to be in the woods, and that doesn't work.
Yeah,
You
need to
have to
be able
survive in an urban
to.
situation also.
Right. Yeah. So I hope
You
you get back
know,
to that because, like I said, I really enjoyed it.
I mean, in the way it's kind of the same context of surviving in the woods. How and where to get food, how and where to get water, things like that. And I know how to do all of that in an urban environment and be safe about it. And what areas of town to avoid, not just because maybe you're not even from that town.
Right.
The things in general to look for to know whether you're in a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood or things like that, because there'll be little telltale signs that I know about because I lived that life for so long. Like, there was a time in my life when I was homeless and I was in a constant state of survival. Knowing where it's okay to camp and knowing where it's not okay to camp, and not just based on legalities, but based on where it's safe and not safe, things like that.
Yes.
And I'm going to be getting more into that as best I can. I'm getting ready to, I mean, obviously, I'm doing an overnighter next week. That's going to be a video, which is not going to be urban, but I'm going to start doing some more stuff, where I hike to an area where most people would never think in a million years that was a cool place to just stop and crash for the night and have a meal, maybe a couple of adult beverages and go to sleep for the night.
Chuck. Yeah. Good thing I am a member of Sam's Club, Chuck.
Me three.
Oh wow. Well, I want to first off thank you so much, Johnny, for filling in. I hope that you do get back into those videos again. And then you know what I really hope? I hope you come back and let's talk about that. Let's talk about urban survival, urban prepping,
I think that'd be a great conversation.
yeah. And so, like I said, I want to thank you for coming in, and filling in.
Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Folks, don't forget March 26th through 28th, the Jeremiah Country Prepper Memorial Camp. And all the goodies, I am not going to, I can show a little bit at a time here. And no, CR, I do not see a stand for this light. But I may be wrong. I don't know.
The light has a button on the side, which will tell you the battery percentage. And I believe if you hold the button, it turns the light on.
Yeah, but he said that it must have a stand or something. It might have a stand. I don't know if it does. I am not going to mess with it.
It does not have a stand. A lot of times when I was using it for filming and recording and stuff like that, I would hang it from the hook on my bottom of my tripod, facing the direction of the sun to keep extra charge in it.
Oh boy, we have a ton of people that just came in. I don't know what happened.
Well, maybe we might have to run this for a little bit.
Maybe we will, because we just had a ton of people come in.
Thanks for coming in, hanging out.
Welcome on Paved Explorer. Hike with Mike. Welcome.
Hike with Mike and you. I'm down for hanging out a little bit if you are, Thack.
There's Allie Carroll. Welcome. I have not seen Allie Carroll before, but welcome.
I haven't either, but like I said, I'm down for hanging out.
You may be down for hanging out, but if you see my eyes are starting to close a little bit more because I work so
Yeah.
early in the morning.
One does stay tired and the other one says asleep.
Thank you, Robin. Um,
Yeah,
so
thanks
I
a lot,
also
Robin.
wanted everybody to know that here in a little while we may be switching from Tuesday night to Thursday night. Um, only because Willie's going to get very busy um, very soon. Hey, Corn-Fed Experience, welcome. I'm sorry
Hey, thanks
I
for dropping
forgot
in, Cornfed.
I forgot to go to the side chat and welcome everybody. That is my fault. Allie, if you're not getting notifications, what you do is unsubscribe and subscribe back in, and then you can hit that bell. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was I talking about? Anyways, we may be switching to Thursday nights. We do not know yet for sure. My days off will be every other Thursday, and that's why we may switch to Thursday night. Willie is gonna get really busy with the greenhouse, like so busy we're not gonna see him after this memorial camp all the way until November, and that's mid-November before we see him again. So all in all, yeah. So there may be uh changes. So instead of Talk with Thack Tuesday, it may change to Talk with Thack Thursdays. So
Well,
we
they'll
don't
both
know.
start with the same two letters.
So why does that happen? You know what? Google. When Google took over, they are trying to take people that don't talk to each other too much or don't, you know, it's just the way Google is with our accounts. It took me 4 years of emailing YouTube before I finally was able to hit that bell for all the people I'm sub to. I finally am getting notifications after 4 years. People probably thought I was just being stuck up.
Well,
But
and
anyways,
my problem being a YouTuber is that I've subscribed to so many different types of channels because I watch automotive stuff, I watch survival stuff, I watch prepping stuff. Um, so it's hard for me to watch every single person that I've subscribed to, every single video they put up,
right,
uh, because there's just not enough time in the day.
right.
So when I open up YouTube, I go to my subscriptions and then I scroll.
Well, see, I don't necessarily scroll. What I do is so mine is in alphabetical order. So I watch 7 channels today. Then I'll watch another 7 channels. And then I'll watch another 7 channels. And hopefully I get all the way to the bottom and then I start back up. So it takes me about 2 weeks because I am subscribed to so many channels, right? So then I go back up to the A's again and go down and down and down and down. Um, yeah,
I mean,
that's
like
how I
obviously
watch.
I watch your channel and I watch the Car Wizard and I watch Eric the Car Guy and Humble Mechanic and I still go back and watch Jeremiah's channel sometimes.
Yeah,
And I watch Willie, but I can't catch everybody every single video. Um,
right.
and 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 even though don't comment, it doesn't mean I didn't necessarily watch something because if I have something to say, I say it, and if I don't have anything to say, I don't. If I watch it all the way through, obviously I give it the thumbs up.
CR says he's glad his channel starts with a C. So you're at the beginning of the month, CR. And Donna says, I just wish they would let me see notifications of what I subscribe to rather than all the stuff I have no clue who is. Ah. Well, Allie, after this, I will make sure I come and subscribe to your channel. And you know what? my big thing is don't just subscribe to each other, you guys. Support each other. I am getting close to hitting 2,000, and so you know, if you guys, there's 14 people watching right now. If you would like to get your channel out there and be a guest on my show, email me, and you can be a guest, and you can come in and talk about your channel and why you started it, what it's about, and all that stuff. So make sure you give me a shout out. Email me. It is in the description box below. Johnny's channel is also in the description box below. So anybody that has a topic they would like to talk to, or if they would like to be on the show so that you can promote your channel, just let me know. I will send you a link. We are on every Tuesday from, okay, here we go. My brain may not do this right. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. I actually did it. Allie, oh yes, Allie, I do remember you. Okay, Bill Melton sent you over. That's right.
And I will say this, Thack, even if I don't get to watch it 'cause I have to be at work, I always watch the replay.
Awesome. And Broke Necks, you guys, this is my friend Broke Necks all the way from Alaska. Broke Necks and we've supported each other since the beginning of my channel. If you guys like four-wheeling in snow, water, ice.
I love me some snow wheeling.
There we go.
Broke Necks, I'm going to have to come check you out. Heck yeah, I'm going to have to come check you out, brother.
All right. Unpaved Explorer says we need to bring plain old Chuck back. Chuck, what do you say? He did a great job at the fishing. What did Chuck come in as? Oh, yes. No, he was not in the fishing show. He was looking at our past for our future. If you guys missed that in the live stream, you need to check it out because I had some awesome guests. I had Kara and Corey from Corey Survival as our younger generation, and then me and Willie were the middle age. And then, of course, Sty North and Plano Chuck were our old geezers.
I remember that episode. That was a good show.
Wow, Fuzzfork, welcome to my live stream. Welcome. Oh, you guys, we are about to end it. I am sorry. I work really early in the morning, so I'm up like for a long. Hey, Teresa Zimmerman. Hello from Florida, Teresa. Okay, we'll stay on for another 10 minutes. How's that sound? 10 more minutes, and then I gotta go. Only because now the side chat has just, I don't know, popped like crazy. Let's go back. I know that Hoosier Archer's still here.
Make sure you smash that thumbs up button.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah,
so
lick the smash button, guys.
We have Donna from Dream Creations and Adventures, Plain Old Chuck. We have Prep For It. We have Creative Redundancy, Hoosier Archer. Hold on, I'm getting there. Ron T. Sawyer, but he had to go to bed. We said Unpaved Explorer, welcome. Hike with Mike, welcome. Allie Carroll, welcome. Redbird 491, welcome. Cornfed Experience said hi and bye. Sorry. Who else is here? Oh, Vanessa Kitty is here. Fuzzfort, welcome also. All right. Oh, RG Homestead. I am trying to get to everybody. I may have missed a few people. Broke Necks, welcome. Yep, years we have been friends. Oh, thank you very much, Allie, for
Broke Necks, if I'm not able to get a hold of you to subscribe to your channel, shoot me a message, like a PM or whatever, figure something out.
All right, and Teresa Zimmerman, welcome. Oh man, we got Ohio, we got Alaska, we have Canada, we have Florida, we have a lot of Ohio's. A lot of Ohio's in the house.
And we have Iowa.
Yeah, and Iowa. We have a lot of Iowa, Georgia. Hey, Allie Carroll. Oh, Kyle Lesk from Georgia was just here too. So we have quite a few people. Kentucky. Can't forget Kentucky. Hoosier Archers in Kentucky. Yep. So, wow, that it just started booming. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah,
Maybe I needed to start my live streams at 8 instead of 7. I don't know.
and I wish Survivor Metal Man lived in Iowa and not Oklahoma.
Yeah, I've actually he started following me on Instagram too, so that was pretty cool.
Well, I like him because he's a really guitar player, and we're into the same kind of music. So,
Allie, I love Savannah and all those old homes and all those old buildings. Oh my goodness. I dated
Savannah's
someone from
beautiful.
there and they just showed me so much beauty down there. And I love the foraging down there. If you haven't seen my Georgia uh, foraging videos, I do have a foraging video coming up. I am
Good.
going out
I miss your
because
foraging videos.
there are some green stuff growing finally. So I am going to go out and I'm going to go cook something here in a couple days, actually. So, and it just snowed yesterday.
So I have a question for you, Tack. Do you do any winter foraging? Is that even a thing?
Yes. So there are winter foraging is usually roots. So you have to be very, very careful with winter foraging. So
Thank you, Brooklyn.
I know what certain roots are where because I know by the dead leaves, right? So one of my main thing that I would forage for is burdock root. So, oh, look at that. Bloodsport made 2 videos on survival. I will have to check that out. That is awesome. But
Buzzsport
anyway,
8. Thank you.
Bloodsport 8, if you guys don't know them, check them out. But anyways, so you have to know what they look like when they die, the plants.
Okay,
You
that
see?
makes sense.
Yeah. So instead of waiting for them to die, I just go ahead and dry them. So in the summer or spring or fall, when I harvest, I will dry a plant so I know what the leaves would look like when they're dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So burdock is one of those roots that you really look is really good for you when you need carbohydrate, right? You can eat all the proteins you want, but your body craves carbohydrates.
Yeah, you need carbs. Got to have them.
Right. So, yeah, so you have to make sure you know what plants are out there. Hey, Sue, welcome. Um, so, yes, and then there are certain things that will, as long as there's snow to cover it, okay? As long as there's snow to cover it, you can eat it because it stays moist. It's the frost that kills most plants. Frost takes that layer of moisture out and actually kills the plant. But if it's snow on there, if there's snow on there, then your
Hi, Sue.
then
Good to see you.
your plants are very protected. So there's early primrose, there is winter crest. There are a lot.
Tack, I wish I had half of your knowledge of plants. I wish that I had
Well,
half.
I understand that. There, Allie says she's a new sub to your channel. So, anyways, yeah,
Thanks, Allie. I appreciate that.
yep. So pretty soon here, I will be out foraging already with the snow. And don't forget, middle of April is when those morels pop. Just letting you know. Yeah.
and I'm going to start doing more videos about urban survival stuff because I know that you guys miss that. And it's an area where I really shine because I did it for years, like being in a constant state of survival, knowing again how and where to get food, how and where to get water, things like that. And I want to impart that knowledge to you, all of you, because it's a very good skill to know how to do. Like if stuff hits the fan, we can't all bug out to the woods, and there's going to be resources in the cities that don't exist in the woods, and vice versa. So it's good to know both skill sets.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Oh, who's your archer? I hope you get better. I am so sorry.
Yeah, get better, buddy. Get better.
So on Pave Explorer, we do not have a lot of chicken in the woods in our area. We usually have morels, pheasant backs. We even have shiitakes, shiitakes here. We have yellow oysters, white oysters, gray oysters, just tons of different types of oysters, but not a lot of chicken in the woods. Sometimes I get lucky, not very often. We have a lot of puffballs. Geez, I can't even think to name them all right now.
Do we get any cramp balls here in Iowa?
Huh?
Do we get any cramp balls here in Iowa?
I don't know what you mean by cramp balls.
They're really good tinder. Do we get any horse's hoof here in Iowa?
Yes, we have. Okay, so I see what you're saying. Yes, we have those. They are both not edible, but yes, they are good tinder.
Yeah,
Yes.
very good tinder and very good for transporting fire from one place to another.
Yeah.
It'll
Who's your
smolder
archer? Take a cool shower, not a cold one. You do not want to catch a chill. Okay? Oh my God. Les Stroud, he is my hero. Next to Ray Mears. Ray Mears is my biggest hero. Ray Mears, that guy is absolutely one of my biggest heroes. But Les Stroud and his knowledge, oh man. I really
super mouth.
Yeah.
Les Stroud is super smart.
Yeah.
I think Bear Grylls is an idiot, but that's just my opinion.
So Hike with Mike, the only place I have found chanterelles were when I was in Kentucky and Tennessee. I did not see them in Florida when I was there, but hey, no. So Allie, we do. So, anyways, back to the chanterelles. We do not have them in Iowa. If you are lucky, down very, very south by Missouri, you might find some chanterelles, but not very often here. Persimmon trees. Now, so we do not have a lot of persimmon trees, but there is my one friend that knows a couple. No, we do not have persimmon trees here. I had persimmon trees when I lived in Florida. That's where I had persimmon trees.
Yeah, there were persimmons.
I know. Oh my goodness.
And a buddy of mine tricked me to biting into one when they were not ripe, and my upper lip stuck to my teeth. There was like no getting rid of it. But once they're ripe, they are absolutely amazing.
Awesome, Hike. I will check that out. Hike with Mike. Yes, tons of persimmon trees in Florida. I mean, they grew everywhere. Oh, I love persimmons, but they're just too high in sugar for me personally. But I don't care. I still eat them. You know what else is really, really good? Plano Chuck brought me some pawpaw fruit.
Oh, I love pawpaws.
Yeah, he brought that at my birthday. Remember?
Yep, I was there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
For anybody in the chat who's never had a pawpaw, in my head, they're somewhere between like a banana and a kiwi as far as flavor goes, at least in my head.
Tressa, I used to live in Plant City by Tanonasasa, and there are a ton of persimmon trees there. You just haven't been looking in the right place, Tressa. Really, I Plant City, Florida, right by Tanonasasa, tons of persimmon trees. Yeah, and you have pawpaw. Okay, look at that. So
Hey, is Trey in the house?
Yep.
yeah, he
What's up,
is.
Trey? Good to see you, man.
Where did he go? There he is. So, anyways, Tressa, so there's a big nursery right by there that I don't know what happened. They just have a ton of them. Anyways, we do have enough in late August, September that we actually have a national recognized mushroom festival, right? So
Nice.
mushrooms, a lot of people don't realize mushrooms, certain mushrooms actually grow very well in cold weather. So that is the cool stuff there.
I wish I knew much more about mushrooms.
Yeah. And then we have Fuzz Sports got a money tree out front, but the fruit tastes like ink.
That's great.
Hike with Mike. Yes, I lived in Plant City. I lived in Tampa. I lived in St. Petersburg. And for a very, very, very short time, I was in Daytona. Very short. I did not like Daytona at all. Left it very quick.
Yeah, I lived in Tampa and Ocala for a while.
Actually, I visited Ocala National Forest. That's one of my favorite places to go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
St. Augustine. Is it St. Augustine? What is that? All the way up there on the right on the coast there. I think it's St. Augustine. Yeah.
I also lived in the Panhandle for a while.
Awesome. So, anyways, that's right. It is home of Plant City is home of the Plant City is home of the Winter Strawberry Festival. The last time I was there, Vince Gill was the singer. Buzzford and okay, Redbird are having their own. All right, Brocknecks, thank you for coming by. We stayed late for you guys. We want to thank you. Yep,
Yeah,
no, Willie.
thanks for coming and hanging out. Honestly, the only thing that I love about Florida is sugar sand on the Gulf Coast.
Dunedin, yeah, I that is a beautiful area also. Yeah, so anyways, okay. I can barely keep my eyes open now.
Well, then you
No,
gotta
I
get
love
up at
you
OMG
all.
o'clock, so
Yeah, I have to get up here and go to bed and get up in a couple hours actually. So I want to thank each. Yep, very north, St. Augustine. I knew it. Yeah, Lake City. Yep.
Yes,
I like
me too. I
Kissimmee,
thank
Florida
you all
too.
for coming and hanging out. Thank you, Thack,
Yeah,
for having me on
yeah.
your show
You
tonight.
are so welcome, folks. Again, replay this video to the prizes that are being auctioned off to help Jeremiah's family. Thank you all so much for coming in. I appreciate each and every single one of you.
Well,
Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. And until next time, may all your adventures be A-okay.
A-okay. Peace out, everyone.